Thanks for answering that question, Shivam. Yes, we are recording the webinar. I'll share it with you to your emails directly. Thanks, Todd. Yes, we need more people like you to start using Twake and start giving us feedback so we can make it better. Hello, Yazid. Okay, let's get started, guys, so we don't waste people's time. I'll start with, so thank you. First of all, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate you making time out of your day and joining us here so you can learn more about Twake, understand what the product is all about, where or how the journey of Twake started, where we're going in future. So you'll get a sneak peek of the roadmap that's not available to the public yet. So you'll be a special few who see what features we're working on. I'll let Benoit talk more about it, but I'll start with introducing the team. So I'm the head of marketing at Linagora, the parent company of Twake. We have Shivam, who's the product marketing manager. He will answer your questions on the chat. So I close the chat, I can't see the chat, but Shivam will have an eye on it. And if there's a question that's relevant that needs to be answered right away, he will direct me to answer that question. And don't worry, we'll try to answer all of your questions. At the end of the webinar, we saved half an hour just to answer questions and create some discussion and see where we want to go Twake. And we really value your feedback, so we'll do that. We have Benoit, who's the co-founder of Twake. He is who started the journey of Twake and he's been there throughout his journey and is trying to make it better. I'll ask Benoit some questions on how he got the idea, who the initial team was, and explain the journey so far. He's based in Strasbourg. He's joined us from there. We are based in Paris, in La Défense. For those people who are not French, La Défense is like the corporate downtown version of an American city, where all the corporations are. And we have Adriana, who's our sustainability manager. Now, you might be wondering what a sustainability manager is doing at a product reveal webinar. We'll talk more about that. She has a very critical role to play. And we're making our products to be more sustainable. We'll talk more about that. And if you have any questions, she will answer you in the chat. Having said that, let's get started. So the first section of the webinar deals with the story of Twake, to give you a perspective about why Benoit and the co-creator, whose name is Romaric, they created Twake, why or how they got the idea first. So this webinar will be interactive. I'll be your host, but most of the talking will be done by Benoit. He's very French. You'll find out soon once he starts talking. But he's a very fun guy. He's very energetic, young, and we want to take this product to many places in future. And we hope Benoit will be able to do that and guide us. So the first question: when did the journey began, Benoit? And how? Give us a setting. What were you? How old were you? Where were you at? And who were you with when the Twake's journey started? Okay, so Benoit, we can't hear you. You need to unmute yourself. Oh, he ran away. Let's wait for a minute for him to rejoin, guys. I hope I didn't scare him away. I think he's just reconnecting. Let's give him a couple of seconds to reconnect.
Okay, sorry guys. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you and we can see you too. Thanks, Benoit.
Great. So hello everyone. So yes, we started Twake. At the time we were a young couple of guys. Romaric and I, we were students at full time, and on the side of our study, we were working as a freelancer. We worked in a mission with contractors. and we had the same problem of Twake. So we had the same problem with every freelancer, is that it was very difficult to collaborate with our customer. We had to work to exchange files, to chat with them, to plan some meeting, and to distribute, to share the work. But there were no tools for that. Easy tool. I mean, we were using. We had to use Slack, to use Google Drive, to use Trello to share file, to use Jitsi, Zoom, or something else. We had at least 4 or 5 tools to use for each project, and this is the main problem. This was the main problem. So we had the idea to build something very simple to use with the main collaborative features we can have, and we needed for working with someone outside the company, and it's where Twake was born. We started this in 2017 with my co-founder Romaric and I.
Thank you. Thanks for that, Benoit. To summarize it, so you're a couple of young students, full-time students, and you're also, on top of being full-time students, working with contractors and clients, freelancing, but you didn't have one tool to collaborate with them. You were using different tools. So you faced this problem and you made this tool to solve your problem.
Yeah, exactly. The main problem was we had to be in each tools, and we had to be invited in a ton of tools, and it was very difficult for us to work simply.
So you had to like make accounts on each tool and ask your clients to make accounts on each tool and then collaborate, which is a mess. Like, I mean, I have like 20 million accounts and 20 million passwords, and I have a manager to manage my passwords. So I understand where you're coming from. So you tried to solve this problem. You made Twake. Perfect. This is a great story. Thanks for giving us that insight, Benoit. Having said that, before I'll let you talk more about Twake's features and how Twake can bring value. Before that, I want to introduce Twake's development pillars. So to give some background, guys. So Twake was a startup started by these 2 young students, as it was not an open source product, okay, first when you started. So you built a tool, you had a vision, but you didn't have like clear mission. So when Twake was bought by Linagora, taken over by Linagora, it coincided with when I started with Linagora as well as a young product marketing manager. Well, younger, I'm 1 year older now, so it was last year. So we both, like, I remember the first day I met you, you were like, yeah, we just moved from, I don't know, like Nantes or something. We just moved to Paris. We're trying to work together, and you came and found me, and I still remember that day. Together with the management of Linagora, obviously Alexander Zapolsky and Michel-Marie Maudet, and the team is bigger now. Back then, we sat together, we laid out a vision for the product, what the product needs to be, and how we get there. So we laid out these 4 product development pillars. So I want to introduce this to you guys, so you get some perspective on what we're trying to do here. So the first pillar is to make Twake reliable and efficient. So what does this mean? We want to make it very feature rich. So Twake is not just a chat tool. It's not just a task manager. It's not just a channels device. It has a lot of features. Now I know some of you, or most of you, probably using Twake, and you use it for different ways. Myself and Benoit and Shivam, we're monitoring the activity, so we know what features you're using more, what features you're using less. But the point is, we want to make it feature rich. We want to make it very accessible, so you can access it via mobile, desktop, web. Now, our web platform is the most advanced platform. However, we, as a company, decided that we want to be mobile first. What this means is we have to make our mobile apps better. We have released our apps on the App Store and the Play Store, so you can download them and start using them. However, if you do that, you'd notice that all the features are not there on the application yet on your phone. However, we're accelerating the development in this area. We've moved teams to put more manpower behind it. We're making them better. Desktop access, you'll have to scroll all the way down to the Twake web page to download the desktop version. We're working on making the website better, so you can see that download button on the top of the page. More updates are coming, which is exciting. We want to make it accessible on the cloud, which is if you sign up on Twake's website, you'll access Twake on the cloud. You can have a private hosted version as well. Now you need to go through our sales team and talk about what your needs are, and based on that, we can build a private instance for you. Or you can also download and use it on premises. It's an open source software now. I'm sure all you tech people know how to do that. If not, you can ask us questions and we can guide you through it too. So the next pillar is to make it private and secure. Now, being a European company, a French company, it's very, very important for us that we pass this message along to you. We are GDPR compliant. We're trying to make ourselves better in this area. Again, if you have questions on what that means and where your data is stored and who has access to your data, you can start a discussion with us and we can explain to you more about it. We are proudly made and hosted in the EU. So our servers are at Strasbourg, where Benoit is, close to where he lives. He's keeping a close eye on it. So that's, and we're trying to make the product more secure. And you'll see that in the roadmap reveal that Benoit will talk about how we're integrating encryption, 2FA authentication, and more stuff. We are open source. So when Linagora acquired Twake, the first thing that we did was to make Twake's code available on GitHub. It's open source. You can contribute to our product as well. Now, we haven't seen many contributions yet. We want to drive that more. We want to be community driven. We want to get your feedback and integrate it into our roadmap. And that's kind of what we're doing right now. We have a fully loaded free version. What does this mean? All our features are available for free if you want to use. Now, the capacity of the feature, if you want more or higher capacity, you can choose the paid plan. However, Twake will always be free forever. This is something that we value and we will never change. The fourth pillar, this is where Adriana's role comes in. We call it good tech for good. As a company, Linagora decided that all our products would be made for the better. We want to make the world a better place. We want to contribute to making people, society, and the planet better. How do we do this? We've decided to contribute to the UN Sustainable Development Goals. There's a framework on how to do that. We were registered in the UN institutions to do this. And if you have any questions, you can ask on the chat. And Adriana, I'm sure, will be very excited to answer these questions. We, as a company, also decided to become carbon neutral by 2025. I know many other companies are doing this. However, as a product, I don't think any other product company has made a pledge that they will go carbon neutral by 2025 and carbon free by 2030. So if you go to our pricing page and scroll down a little, there's a section that says for certain plans, if as a user you use Twake, you will be emitting some carbon based on your usage. We will compensate this as well. Now, how do we do this exactly? Well, we're developing an action plan to do that, and Adriana has been very critical. Our company founder, Alexander, Linagora's president, has also been very involved in this. We put in a lot of man hours into this, and we will publish this action plan soon. For now, if you have any questions, ask in the section in the chat, and Adriana will answer your questions. So these are our 4 product pillars. So having set up the scene, what are we doing next? Okay, fine. Well, let's talk about this. These are our pillars. This is our mission. Now, what is Twake? I'll let Benoit take over. Benoit, when you want me to change the slide, let us know, and we'll do that. But here you go, Benoit. You're the center of the stage now.
Okay, so Twake is the open digital workplace, meaning that it's like Harsha said, it's open source, and we are working as a workspace, digital workspace, where you can work, where you can collaborate with your team, with all your collaborative features you need. So the goal is also to be secure. It's something very important, and you'll see in our roadmap we value the security, and it's something very important for us. So we are secure by design, and it's something important. So now, what is Twake specifically? Twake, as I mentioned before, the idea was to gather a lot of collaborative features in one single platform. And these features are available like that. So first, we have a team messaging, we have channel system. You can talk to your team according some subject. So you can organize your workspace by subject, by topic, and after that, discuss inside this. We have also direct and group chat. If you want to interact in one-to-one or in a little group, you can do it also. Time to time, so after writing some messages, you want to call your colleagues, you can do it directly by video calls. I'll show you a bit after, but it's very easy to launch a call, and you don't need another tool to show you to see your colleagues.
It's integrated in the chat. Yeah? Like you can just start chatting, hey, how are you doing? And then you say, let's start a call. Here's the link, and people can join.
Yeah, and you don't need any installation, any something else. You just click the button, hit the button, and start to talk.
Yeah.
Other thing is about files. So we have a file and storage system. It's a very classical. It's a very classical system of file. You can create folders, subfolder, and so on. I will detail more features about that. We also have an online edition. Real document collaboration. So for Office document like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, you can edit it directly inside Twake. You don't need to download it, edit it, and after re-upload it, you just hit the button and click on edit, and you can do it inside the platform. Another important system is the task manager. When you are inside the project, you have to share, to divide the work and to stay organized. And this is why we build the task manager. You can create a simple project and divide assign tasks to someone and see the progress of the task. And it's very easy to follow the project. And the last thing is the team calendar, because as a team we have to be to have the same agenda. We have common agenda, and this is why we build the team calendar.
Perfect.
So now we can dig in some feature.
There we go.
This is a view of our chat. So as you see on the left, we have the channels. We can create as many channels as we want. We can.
Sorry to cut you off. So you can group channels based on what you are, what the topic is too, right? So there's channels. All of these are channels, but there's also this division between customers, landing.
Yeah, you can. This is something cool that some tools that doesn't have. We are able to group some channels in subgroup to stay organized, because here it's a simple view with few channels, but when you work a lot inside Twake, you have a lot of channels and you want to keep it organized. And this is why we have subgroup. It's very easy to understand where to organize all your channels inside the bar.
Perfect.
So such a channel, it can be private, public, according what you want. We have something cool is that we can set a default join feature. Let me explain that. When someone joins the workspace, if in other tool when you join the workspace, you have an empty workspace. You have to join channel by channels. And on Twake, we have a feature saying that this channel is important. I want that everyone joining the workspace will be on it by default. And so with that, when user land inside your
manually join every single time, you just automatically add it to all the important channels, and the other channels you can pick and choose. Is that right,
Exactly.
Ben?
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. Okay.
And after that, behind
the chat view, because it's not simple chat here. There's like we follow the thread format or topic format.
Yeah, something we saw on another chat system is that sometimes you have several topics inside one discussion, and it's very difficult to follow which message is on which topic. So inside channel, you have a thread system. So you start a discussion, and after that, people can answer to your message, and you see all the discussion, all your message as grouped. So it's easy to understand and to follow the discussion. First,
so for example, you start a question about the marketing campaign, right? You ask something, and Shivam and I can reply on it. Maybe someone else is asking about our value proposition slide that Adriana has to work on. She can reply to this subtopic, while Shivam and I can reply to the topic that you started. And the difference between that is that you can see this little like difference here. So this is one subtopic that Luis finished, and there's another subtopic that started, and you can see these blue dots where you can differentiate between them. Is that right, Benoit?
Exactly, and with that, the conversation are split, and you can it's easy to see the different discussion.
Yeah, this is why, like, if you use WhatsApp, like, you have to like scroll 100 different messages to find the right message and reply to that. Here, you know the topic is here. You just go to that topic and then reply.
Yeah. So okay, so that's for the chat. As I said, it's very easy to launch a video call. We have a native integration with Jitsi. So inside your channel, you have one button to launch a call, and you join it. And here it's an example of the Jitsi view. So it's like a big blue button we are using. It's like a Zoom or something else, but it's easier because you don't need an account to join. It's
another open source tool that we integrated into Twake. However, you don't have to make another account with Jitsi or anything. You just go through Twake. You don't do anything, pretty much. Like, we are making the process easier by integrating it on our side.
Yeah, and the calls are secure. Anyone for each room you have a specific URL, and the URL it's very impressive. So you can't hack it. It's very difficult. So you don't have to create an account, but by default the call is secure.
Yeah. So again, this comes back to Twake's DNA, which is it's a simple tool, right? We're transforming complexity into simplicity, which you will see. This is the running theme amongst all the features that we're trying to roll out. Okay.
So this is the drive of Twake. So it's a very simple drive. The idea was to have somewhere to share and to store files for your project. So we have all modern features. You can create folders, subfolders, and after that upload files. There is no limitation about the size of the file. You can say you can send 2 or 3, 4 giga files. And something cool is that if it's an Office document, you just have to click on it and it will open only Office. This is another open source tools we integrated with Twake. So when you open a file, you can edit it with your teammates very easily. And after that,
local presentation here, this would be like editable. I would click on it, and then I can edit it. You can edit it. Do you have a sneak peek of that? No, we don't. Okay, but you can see it on Twake. Like, you can make an account and start using it. Another cool thing, Benoit, you didn't mention is the versions, right? So let's say you made a version of a logo, and I don't like it. I can make my own version and I can upload it, and you can see both the versions. That's a cool feature that I use very often.
Yeah, you can switch on TOS PDF after logo. There is 2 versions. So you can upload several versions, like you said.
Okay, so let's take a quick pause. I hear Delphine has an interesting question. Shivam mentioned. Shivam, what was the question?
So she's asking, is the drive for all Twake, and can we assign per channel as well?
Yes. So the question was, is drive common for the entire Twake, let's say, workspace? Because we have a company, and then in a company you can create workspaces. Is it common for the workspace, Benoit, or is it channel specific?
So by default, it's common to the workspace, but you can set specific folder belonging to one channel. Okay,
so if I understand that correctly, everyone in the workspace would have access to this files in the drive. However, within this drive, you can arrange per channel. So let's say I'm on the PO channel, right? On the PO channel, you can see a little folder at the top. Click on it. I'll go directly into this folder, which is specific to that channel. Is that right, man?
Yeah, exactly. If you come back 2 slides before, you see the integration.
There,
you see.
Here, yeah. So we have a folder that's specific to the channel. It's called PR. We also have this task manager, which is specific to the channel. That's a good sneak peek, and it leads directly into the discussion for the next slide.
So that's our task manager. So again, it's a Twake DNA. We wanted to have something people were using task manager, but they had to use another tool, and it's why we built the task manager. So the task manager, it's quite simple. You create a board, and inside this board, it's here we can see a view of one board. You have some columns, and each column is like it's like the status of the task. And
right.
And inside this column, each column you can create task and move the task between each column to follow the status of the task.
So I see like there's waiting, there's progress, and then it's done. So let's say create press kit. As soon as I'm done creating the press kit, I can move this to, well, when I'm working on it, I can move this to in progress, and when it's done, to done. Perfect.
Exactly.
You can keep an eye on what your team's doing, so I can keep an eye on Shivam. Okay, that's good, Benoit. Thanks for. It's very simple. Like, I don't know if we should deep dive into this. You can, right? Like, it's a simple task manager. You can keep an eye on what everyone's doing, and if, let's say, I need, okay, this example right here, urgent. There's a tag that you can attach to, so people know what's urgent, and these people here are assigned to these tasks. They know that they have to do this task. You can have a deadline as well, right? Like, we can set a deadline, and they know, so they have to do it. This is the deadline, and this is the urgency. We'll get it done. Simple and efficient. Okay, so you kind of had a sneak peek of the product. Let's move on to what features we're working on moving forward. This is where we need your feedback as well. What do you feel about this? Maybe there's some other features that you want us to work on. We're all ears. You can give your feedback, and we will listen to you. And that's why we're here. So moving on, the first feature. Benoit, I'll let you take over, buddy.
Thank you. So in our exciting feature we have to show to you today, the first one is about security. Today at Twake, we have a very highly secure platform. So all our data is encrypted at rest or in transit, meaning that when they are stored, your data are stored on the Twake server. We use AES encryption protocol. And in transit, we also have something, we use the highest standard in the industry with a TLS protocol. And even for real time, we add a layout, a security layout out above this the protocol. To be clear, all your data are encrypted, is encrypted. If we behind when they leave your computer,
okay,
and when they are stored.
You're getting technical. Let me make it simpler, and I'll ask you a question. You say yes or no. So the data is encrypted when it's sitting in your computer.
Yeah. Yes.
Or
no. Sorry, no.
On Twake. So is that what the definition of at rest is? So the data is encrypted when you're looking at it on Twake. The data is encrypted when it's in transit. Let's say I'm sending something to Adriana. It's encrypted in transit. When is it not encrypted? And are you trying to make it encrypted?
Yeah, the data are not encrypted when they arrive to the server. They are encrypted. We decrypt it, and after that, we work with it and we encrypt it in the database.
Okay. So what's the missing piece? I know end-to-end encryption is a fancy term. Some products are end-to-end encrypted. Even WhatsApp says end-to-end encrypted. But if I talk about shopping, I see ads on Instagram. So we'll leave it at that. But what's the missing link between encryption we have now and going towards end-to-end encryption? So
inside our server, when we are working with data, they are not encrypted. So it's the missing link.
Okay. So having said that, we're setting up the stage here. We are working on it. But we'll talk about 2FA first.
Yeah, so this is where we are in terms of security, but the security is not always about technical thing, it's also about usage. So something that people ask a lot is the two-factor authentication. So now when you want to log in inside your inside Twake, you just need your login and your email and your password. And if someone stole your account, it's not easy, but they just need your email and your password. The two-factor authentication is about adding a new step. So you log in with your email, with your password, and after that, Twake will ask your, for example, your mobile phone to confirm that you want to log in. So that means that if you need, if someone want to steal your account, he has to steal your email, your password, your phone.
And this code changes every 45 seconds or something. So like you always have the latest code that you have to check in real time, right?
Yeah.
Other products that use it too. So this is something that we really like. We took the feedback. We posted a couple of weeks ago. We posted a post on Reddit, and a lot of people were asking for it. Why is two-factor authentication not there? It's a feature that you need to be working on. It should be made available on the free version as well. Well, good news. We've listened to you. We are working on 2FA. We are including it in the free version so anyone can use it. So that's the first step on how we're making Twake more secure. What about the second step? Oh, there we go.
The second step is about end-to-end encryption for chat. So what we are, so the missing link we were talking about is that for now, Twake server is able to have your message in clear, so you can read it. We don't do it, but he can do it technically. And it's what we want to avoid now with end-to-end encryption. We want to, so end-to-end encryption, it's very simple. So if I send a message to Harsha, it means that just Harsha and I are able to read this message. No one can do it except Harsha and I. So we want to do it, but we want to do it in a smart way, because if you saw, for example, Signal, when you change your phone, you can get your history back. The end-to-end encryption technically can cause some problem, and we want to do it in a smart way to.
Yeah, but this comes back to Twake's DNA, right? We want to make it simple. We don't want to. We put user experience first, so we don't want to make it complicated. It needs to be simple. It needs to be direct. And on your side, you don't have to do anything. On our side, we'll do all the work to make sure your chats are secure and encrypted. And we'll make sure we won't listen to you as well, since our data is based in Europe and hosted here. The American government can't access your data, which is good. Okay. So let me set it up, Benoit. We're also integrating these other products that are under the Linagora ecosystem. We're trying to integrate these products into Twake and make sure we have a seamless experience from a user perspective. I'll let Benoit introduce them. The first one is Linshare. Benoit, I'll let you take over, buddy.
Yeah, so something we have, as I presented before, we have a drive system, but at Linagora, we are developing also the software like Linshare. Linshare is a file manager, and they have a ton of features we don't have. So we want to change the Twake drive to Linshare. So as a user, you won't see the difference, but you will just see that we have a lot of more features, like file sharing with a link, like file access. If you want to send a file to someone, but in a limited time, you can do it. So we will integrate Linshare.
And they can access the file and download the file. Yeah, so like it's Twake drive on drugs, kind of, right? Okay. I think people understand what that is. Okay, so Tmail.
So Twake is built for work, and at work even with the chat we still have emails, and so it's something that we heard every time from our users. They still need to use other tool to manage their email, and something at Linagora we worked is to develop a new email system to manage email and to send emails, so basic system email with smart features. And at Twake, we want to integrate this smart email inside our ecosystem. With that, our user with one account will be able to access to Twake, to Linshare, and to their email to stay connected with all the systems.
That's a good description, Benoit. A lot of feedback was given to us from our users on, do you have an email system? We love Twake. We love how simple and efficient it is. Do you have a similar email system so I can start using my Gmail account, right? so Tmail it's leaner. It's not built on IMAP. It's built on JMAP, which is completely different. It's supposed to be cleaner, faster, and also more sustainable. It uses less energy than the IMAP protocol. So we're trying to do something which hasn't been done before. It's a completely new product, and we'll keep you posted on how the integration goes soon. So some sneak peek on that is we are internally at Linagora are testing this right now on our phones. We're trying to make it better. We'll release a beta soon, so you can all test outside Linagora as well. Last one, calendar. How are you making it better?
So last thing. Now Twake is a team calendar, but sometimes you as a user, the idea of the Twake calendar was to have a team calendar, and after that you export your calendar in your personal calendar. So you have one Twake calendar and your personal calendar. And it's a step that doesn't work. We want to have something seamless, and so it's why we want to have only one calendar, so the Twake calendar, with all features we have inside a basic calendar like Google Calendar. So it's something we want to integrate in the next quarter, second quarter of 2022. It's a major update because people who use our calendars are happy with that, but they have this step to do, and it's not
eliminate duplicity, which should be good, so you can just use one tool, right? And that's the whole point of Twake. Okay, so what more?
So something important is at Twake, Twake is a chat, and inside it's a chat-based system, and you need some information. You want to receive all your notification inside this system. It's not just to talking with your colleagues. It's also to keep updated on everything is going on other tools. So it's why we build integration on Twake. And for now, our integration store is working, but we want to release a new version. So in the next quarter, we
built the base, and now we want to make it better.
Exactly. So we have a base, and we want to because the system is already, it's about user experience. It's not as simple as we want.
Exactly. Thanks for that, Benoit. It's the last slide. I'll let you finish, Benoit.
Yeah. So the last slide is about the world point of Twake. Twake was built to work with outside people, guest people, with someone outside your company. And with Twake, what we want to build and what we want to improve is this way to work. If you want to work with a freelance, you shouldn't have to invite this person inside your workspace. You should be able to talk directly to these people.
So this goes back to how Twake's story started, right?
Exactly.
So let's say I'm from another company. We have you from another company. I'm a Twake user. You're a Twake user. We can find each other on Twake, and we can start chatting and collaborating. Yeah,
and it's simple. You don't have to invite me inside your workspace or the reverse.
I just search for you on Twake. I see that Benoit is working for Twake. I'm working for Linagora. Let's say 2 different companies, and we start collaborating. Okay. So let you talk about what invitation process we have now. How are you making it better?
So now the invitation, the invitation is when you start when you are invited in your company, you have to create your account, but you only have email create. You'd have to enter your email. And sometimes for mobile users, they want to like we have on Uber Eats, you just have to enter your phone number and you receive and you are in. And it's what we want to build for the invitation process. So you will be able to invite your colleagues either by email or by phone. And if it's by phone, people will be able to join Twake with their mobile phone. So it's and mobile number, sorry. So it's a major update in terms of user experience, because the onboarding will be very easier for these people.
We're also currently working on the magic link feature, right? Maybe you can tell the users about that, Benoit. And
yes, the magic,
the seamless onboarding point at the very end. So I'll let you chat about it.
So the magic link, it's a way that inside the workspace you will be able to create a link, and to send to someone else, to 1, 2, 10 people, or in the WhatsApp discussion, for example. And with this thing, people will be able to sign up and be automatically added inside your workspace. So you don't need to invite them one by one.
So on this feature, we're playing catch up. Our competition, some of them have this, some of them don't. So we need to onboard that. We need to make this onboarding process better. And again, this comes back to the Twake's DNA with simple, seamless collaboration. And this is it's a very strong point from Lingora's president, Alexander Zapolsky, as well. We want to create a tool that anyone from any company, any organization, anywhere in the world can just seamlessly collaborate. And this is how innovation is born. Is we want to connect people from all around the world. We want to make this process easy and seamless, and we want to make these discussions happen and facilitate them and make them better. Okay, having said that, I'll end this presentation. Benoit, thank you for telling us the story. I know you and your team are very busy making the product better. Thank you for taking time and contributing to this. Thank you, Shivam, for facilitating this and answering all the questions. We will be here. We're not leaving, so don't leave yet. Thank you, Adriana, for taking time as well. So guys, we'll end the presentation. We'll be on the chat to answer your questions for the next 15-20 minutes. We'll make sure we answer all the questions and then we'll leave. So
first question is from Ben.
Okay. How do we do this?
You can read it from here, from the screen directly.
Okay. Oh, we're doing vocal. Okay. Yeah. So Ben asked a question. What is the primary community targeted by Twake?
At the beginning, we were targeting people who has this problem to work with external people. So the first user of Twake were groups of people, collaborative project between companies. So we had, for example, R&D project from Total who were working with 2 other companies. We also had.
Let me set up the scene more. Let me read the entire thing so I understand what he's talking about. He said, do we have the possibility to see it is used by students? Yes, of course, students can use it. Some more context. Because of COVID, many academics were forced to use collaborative tools, yes, to work together. This is true. The problem is that often each university offers a different solution or leaves the choice to the students. Okay, so for example, when I was at school, we were using the Google Suite. They also onboarded Microsoft solution, so we had the choice to pick one. This creates a lot of problems with collaboration or exchange. Yes, this is true. And this is exactly the kind of problem that Benoit was trying to solve when we started Twake. We don't want multiple accounts. We want one single place for people to collaborate. With this chat with any Twake user feature that you're talking about, let's say a student from Montreal, McGill, he wants to collaborate with a student from Australia, right? Yeah, somewhere in Sydney. Both are Twake users. Well, now we have to scale to onboard all these users, and we're putting our marketing efforts into doing that. You can both find each other and collaborate with each other. However, it's also it's not completely in our hands. We can't make sure everyone is using a solution. We can put our solution out there, we can spread the word and make sure we onboard users. But once we onboard users, yes, it is possible to collaborate on Twake.
Next question is from Tristan.
Okay, so Tristan asked a question. The drive or document section can be plugged to an external storage, for example, or a private Nextcloud? Ooh, technical question, but I'll let you answer this.
So for now, it's not possible for now, but it's a part of the work we want to achieve with the connector system, to be able to work more in more open way.
2.0 version 2, it's a tricky one because he says external storage. So you can expand the drive you get 6 GB or whatever you get with the basic version. If you want to use more storage, can you know what? Linshare kind of solves this, because if you want additional storage, you can onboard using Linshare. Now you might have to pay for it, but that's the direction we're going towards, into breaking down options for customers to pick and choose if they want more storage to onboard it. I don't know if that exactly answers Tristan's question, but I think it should for now. So for now, we can't plug in external storage, but we are working towards providing more options to expand the storage if you need more storage.
Another question is from Thomas.
Okay, so Thomas, on documents, is there a versioning /CVS to be able to roll back a change on a file and see who edited it previously? Now, I mentioned there is versioning. Can we see who edited before, Benoit?
On Only Office we are able to see who did the modification.
Okay, there you go. That should answer that question. You should be able to see it, Thomas.
Okay, next question is from Boss. He asked, is it possible to integrate it with local AD?
Is it possible to integrate with local AD? What's AD?
Maybe an Active Directory.
Okay, sorry. Tech person saved. Okay,
so
answer that.
Today it's not possible, but we want to be able to do it by the end of the year.
End of the day?
End of the year, sorry. Yeah, no.
There you go, boss. By the end of the year, we should be able to do it. We'll keep you posted on that. Keep an eye out for our emails. We're sending out monthly product newsletters, so you'll know when you can use that feature. And Shivam's working hard on doing that, so like shout out for Shivam for doing all the grunt work while I take all the credit. Thanks, Shivam.
So there are two more questions
from
Tristan and Boss again. So.
Okay. Tristan asks, will there be a way to add a bot? We had a bot, didn't we?
Yeah, we already have a bot system. You can manage, you can add a bot like for example, Nodemation and EndtoEnd. It's another tool. It's an open source automatization tool, and you are able to use this or to use Zapier, or you can build your own bot. There is a dedicated page to build your own integration.
Okay, Tristan, maybe if you want to understand how you can do that, do we have any documentation, Benoit? If not, he can always reach out to you to get some clarification on how to do that.
Yeah, we have one on doc.twake.app. Okay,
so we do have documentation. Maybe Shivam, you can type that address so Tristan can go take a look at how we can do that. Okay, so boss, again, can you explain what SSO authentication means and how? And he says via ADFS or other IDP. So before you talk, boss, we haven't worked on the SSO authentication yet. That's why in our feature section, you see it's coming soon. Having said that, I'll let Benoit answer your question.
So the SSO authentication, it's about the idea is to enable.
While you're gathering your thoughts, I'll give my understanding of what an SSO authentication is. Let's say you have an account with Facebook or Google or other open source solution. I can use the same username and password to log into Twake. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a part of the SSO, so you can do it through Facebook or through Google. What we mean in this SSO authentication is that you will be able to log in with your company account, so through an LDAP server or an Active Directory.
Okay, so I answered it in a very basic way. You put some context to it. Thank you for that. He was asking, what's the other? Is it ADI? What was the thing, Shivam?
Via ADFS or other IDP.
Do you know what that is, Benoit? Via ADFS or other IDP?
No, it's very technical. I can answer now.
So we haven't decided yet, boss. Sorry for that. But so the thing, to put some context, so we haven't started working on it. We have limited resources and we're trying to prioritize other features. But we will let you know as soon as we work on it, or at least decide which one to use. Okay, next one.
So I missed a question from Ben. He asked about.
Okay, so Ben asked, sorry for that, Ben. Is the data exchange during a session saved? Where is it saved and for how long?
The Jitsi session?
Is regarding when we were talking about data encryption.
Well, when we're talking about data encryption, I think that's the context. He's asking data exchange during a session saved. Where is it saved? So all our data is saved on our servers at OVH Strasbourg, right? That should answer that. For how long?
So you can always delete your account. So we have a feature like that. So we keep as long as you want your data. And if you want to remove it, you just have a button and we will delete all your data when you want.
So yes, we are trying to make this process seamless. For us, for now, you have to contact us and you can say that, hey, I don't want to use Twake anymore. Can you please delete my account and my data? And we will do it for you. However, we are working on to make this process automated as well, right, Benoit?
Yeah, exactly.
That's coming. Ben again. Currently, to access Twake, you just need an email or a phone number, but we do not have information about the interests of users. Okay, as a result, it is no longer possible to get in touch with someone who shares the same interest. In particular, to allow Twake users looking for expert people on a given topic. How should I answer that? Ben's asking about interest groups. I think that's pertaining to communities. For example, let's say you're interested about the latest developments in hardware technology. How do I find other users that are also interested in hardware technology? This currently is out of scope for us, hey, Shivam?
Yeah.
Benoit? I don't think it's in our scope to do that yet, Benoit.
Yeah. For now, it's not in our scope. So something you can do, it's with if you are able to share you can share your community with the future Magic Link features. But for now, it's not possible to find someone based on his interest.
We're not actively doing this. However, the users can still create communities and share the information to find other users. But however, as a company, we haven't put resources into doing that yet. Next question. Boss says, Boss gave us some clarity on what IDP is. Identity provider.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You understand? We'll get back to that. Meanwhile, Shivam's highlighting something for me. Damien, what is your source of information about JMap being more energy efficient than IMAP? Oh, wow. Okay, Damien. I have to connect you to our product manager for Tmail. Maybe Shivam, maybe you can share the contact. He's very passionate about it. He did his own study on this, and he claims JMap to be the greener email protocol. However, it's still in its nascent stage. It's not a very mature protocol, so I can't claim by myself. I'm taking my product manager's word for it, and we'll share the contact and we'll generate some discussion around it. I'm sure he'd be very excited to talk about it. Yeah, I think so. If Damien gave us a wink, thanks, Damien. Okay, we'll end this. We have 4 minutes left, guys. If you don't have any other questions, thank you for joining us for this product reveal webinar. It's our first. I hope it went well, and I hope you enjoyed joining us and meeting the team. We'll do more of these. We'll make it a regular thing, maybe once a month or once a couple of months, depending on how much change we have with the product. Thanks, Benoit. Thanks, Shivam. Thanks, Adriana, for joining us. And thank you all. Have a good day, and have a good Friday, and have a good weekend. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
End the session.